Hello everyone, welcome back to another Hydrate Wrestling YouTube video. Today is my Backlash Tampa predictions for tonight. So, yeah, I hope you enjoy. Hope you can let me know your predictions down below. And let's get started. So we have this match. Before we get into who I think is going to be the winner, obviously the question of who is Danhausen's partner. I've seen a couple theories. I've seen the theory that Elton Prince is his partner and he wears like Danhausen makeup or something, and Kit doesn't realize it's Elton. I've seen the theory, which first of all, that first theory doesn't make sense to me because Elton's still injured, I believe. We've also seen the theory of Danhausen literally just having a clone of himself, which I mean I agree with, because obviously there was the SmackDown segment of him cloning himself. However, if it's someone that's not a clone, I think it's going to be Jelly Roll. Because obviously WWE love their celebrity shit. Jelly Roll had some stuff to do with, Kit. He had some stuff to do with The Miz. So, yeah, if it was a person, I'd say Jelly. If it wasn't, it would probably just be a Danhausen clone. And obviously I do see Danhausen and whoever his partner is winning the match, because it just makes most sense to me. Paying off story, you know. We do have Io Sky versus Asuka. And I mean, talking about paying off story, where is Kairi? You know, they just full on dropped her, and apparently she's not been important to anything anymore. Yeah, apparently she just doesn't exist. So that storyline's now in the bin. But I mean, if they want to pay off, you know, what they've been doing in the last few months and pay off everything that they've been doing and dragging on for so long, they're gonna have Asuka win. It makes most sense to me. Well, yeah, Io is probably gonna get higher in the singles division and do her own shit without Rhea. I still don't see. I don't see a world where she wins. Obviously, I see it being possible, but most of my expectation goes to Asuka to pay off what the hell they've been doing in the last few months, dragging that shit on for ages. We have Trick Williams defending the United States title in his first defense against Sami Zayn again, which I think we shouldn't be at this point, right? We shouldn't be here, because Sami got a title opportunity randomly, fucking won the title after against fucking Mello when we could have got Mello Trick. We still want Mello Trick, so having Sami win here makes no sense. Obviously, I've kind of been loving what they've been doing here with the story. As long as they don't have Sami win, I've been loving it. You know, shit with the gingerbread man. Shit had me fucking dying. And then the funeral thing they held, that was really funny as well. Him like coming back to life, sitting up like the Undertaker, very, very funny. I love what they're doing. And the people complaining about it makes no fucking sense to me, because WWE's done worse shit than this before, more stupid shit that you probably weren't even there for, because half of you are fucking new gens. You have no idea what I had to go through, the torture of the 2010s and the 2020s. You guys have no idea. Obviously there's the little Yahi being possibly involved, or even the gingerbread man being involved. I mean, I see either of them getting involved. I don't really want to predict that, because it's not really a prediction. Prediction wise though, I do obviously see Trick retaining. It makes no sense to give it back to Sami. Zero sense whatsoever. Have Sami do something else. Do what exactly? No idea. But have him do something else. We don't need Sami to constantly win titles. And I love Sami. I'm a Sami fan. I'm a big Sami fan. I just don't think he needs opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. And you Sami defenders, yeah, you might want to defend your GOAT, but like, why does he need this? He lost to Trick. He does not need to win it off Trick whatsoever. He needs to do something else. Maybe he can finally have a world title run. Maybe he goes heel after this match because he gets so pissed off at Trick's like antics. He goes heel. Maybe has a storyline with someone else, and then yeah, pays off. I see Trick winning by knuckle by Karuk. I don't know who gets involved or what does what or whatever, but Trick's winning. Seth versus Breaker. Seth versus Bron Breakker. Before we obviously get into the winner, there's obviously the theories. There's been a lot of theories about this match. There's been, is Bronson Reed gonna come back? Is Bronson Reed gonna help Bron Breakker? But Bronson's got a pretty bad injury. You know, he could return, but it's not something I want to predict, because I don't really see it happening. There's the theory about Brock Lesnar, which I think is total stupid, because Brock Lesnar retired at WrestleMania, we know that. And why would they waste something in his run when he can, if he does come back ever, he'd have a Gunther match, and then be done. Why would we waste it on this? There's also the theory of Austin Theory and Logan Paul getting involved, which entirely makes sense to me, but if they did get involved, they'd probably be taken out by the Usos. Not the Usos, sorry, the Street Profits, because there's been the Street Profits story of them coming back and wanting the tag titles, so that would make the most sense to me. But I do see Bron Breakker winning, because, you know, it just pays off the story. Seth can go do bigger and better things. Maybe they have one last match at SummerSlam and Seth wins, but, you know, you can't really kill Bron Breakker. You can't really make him lose after his massive return, after he was off so long, and he was, you know, having matches against fucking Punk in January for the world title. Why would you have him lose here? You know, and Seth Rollins recently come back, but same thing. You know, we don't want this match to be bad. We need it to cook. We need Breakker to win, and we don't want any involvement from other people. Just a clean Rollins Breakker match that can cook for us. And yeah, I see Breakker winning, walking out, doing his own thing, Seth doing his own thing. Next, though, we do have Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu for the World Heavyweight title. I would like to say I have been loving this feud, the promos and everything. I've been loving what they've been doing, how they've been cooking on the mic. Roman as world champ has been cooking, showing up every week, every 2 weeks or whatever it's been. Which, you know, I knew he would do with the world title to give it some clearance to its name after trash talking it for so long. You know, we've had this like new Jacob Fatu, because his WrestleMania match against Drew was dog shit. But we've had this new like heel version of him going crazy and doing the Tongan death grip, which I think is really cool, involving something that the family said they wouldn't ever involve. I like all that. I mean, the theories, we have the theories of the Usos coming out. If anybody comes out, the Usos makes the most sense. You know, they'd come out to help Roman or whatever. There's the MFTs. No JC Mateo though. But there's the theory of the MFTs getting involved to attack Jacob. I mean, it makes sense, but I don't see why they would do it. I do not see why they would do it. Makes no sense to me, boy. Maybe if they do and cost Jacob the match, maybe Jacob can have a feud with them and then be done with them. There's the theory of obviously Royce Keys helping Fatu out, because Royce Keys did recently have a match against Tama, and he's kind of been doing stuff with Solo. I mean, that would make sense to me. Think about it. If MFTs get involved, Royce Keys comes out, helps them, helps Jacob. No, not helps them, helps Jacob. And then we get a payoff of that, like Royce Keys and Jacob win the tag titles off the MFTs. Like, that would make some sense to me. That we obviously have the theory of Zilla Fatu, which would be cool, but does not make sense to me, and I do not see it happening whatsoever. But yeah, the storyline that I think everybody's ignoring or not thinking would pay off, and they need to hear me out on, is Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu. Drew McIntyre comes back, beats the shit out of Fatu, hurts Fatu very badly, maybe costs Fatu, and Fatu could be written off an injury, written off to do something else, written off whatever. But then we can run back Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns. Hear me out. We could run that back. Maybe before that, to give Roman a longer title reign, we have Drew versus Jacob for SummerSlam, and then we have Drew versus Roman, where Drew would win, and finally get the long run with the title that he deserves. But I do see Roman Reigns walking out. Similar to other matches, by nook or by crook, Roman's going to win. Whether any of those theories are true, I think the two theories I chucked out are the most, you know, expectable. I think those would happen the most. But yeah, that is my Backlash predictions. If you guys have any different, or you think my predictions are stupid, or you agree with my predictions, let me down below. But I think I threw them out pretty well, outlined them pretty well, and I think, yeah, a lot could go down tonight. Very exciting pay-per-view, very looking forward to it. But yeah, thank you for watching, and let me know what you think.